NZ Aerosports, Icarus Canopies, now Gyro. That's right, we've rebranded, and Gyro is our next generation. It honours our founder, as that's the name we knew him by, but Gyro also marks the start of a new chapter. And not to be biased, but it's going to be fucking epic. Long story short, we're more us than ever. So if you're new to the sport, or even a Sky God Ninja Turtle, welcome. I think our valiant leader Lucy, Gyro's daughter, says it best.
And we still got that fuck yeah attitude. Rebrand! Woo!
Rebrand woo indeed, Lucy. Anyway, head over to gyro.com for more info and get amongst you legends.
I was 19, broke, unemployed, and sold my girlfriend's canopy for drug money. So I thought I better sew her a new one. What a sentence, and what a story. This describes the humble yet outrageous beginnings of NZ Aerosports, the home of Icarus Canopies, in the words of our founder himself. From getting a paratrooper toy from his mom, watching parachutes at the DZ as a 6-year-old, jumping off the wharf with a parachute made from bed sheets, doing his first jump at 16, sewing his first canopy on a borrowed machine at 19, and starting to sell parachutes out of a garage in 1986, Paul Gyro Martin had an undying love for the sky. Our company started with one man with the wildest of spirits and a true blue sky dream, a renegade. In the time that Gyro created and ran the Icarus Canopies brand until he passed away in 2017, he pushed everything he had to its limits. We miss him, and we always will. Gyro is the next generation of NZ Aerosports. It honors our founder, of course, because it was the name we all knew him by, but Gyro the rebrand also marks the start of a new chapter, our next jump. Gyro is the space between sound and silence, art and science, chaos and calm. Gyro is a state of epic tranquility that transcends understanding. That moment, in the door, in free fall, mid-swoop, where nothing but the present exists. A perfect balance of euphoria and thrill. Gyro captures our passion for flying and our commitment to designing break-the-fucking-rules canopies that deliver pilots pure, wild flight. Hey gang, so I got a new book out. It's called The Upside of Fear, and it's exactly what you think it's about. It's about the good side of, well, getting scared. In it, we talk not only about the science and biology behind fear, but the psychology as well. And it's not just coming from me, it's coming from some of the best in the sport. Omar Alhigelan, Jeff Provenzano, Maxine Tate, and so many more have contributed their sometimes terrifying stories to the book to help you overcome your fear. So head to the lunaticfringepodcast.com. You're going to find the link to the book there, as well as the other books. It's available in ebook, paperback, hardback, and audiobook right now.
Coming straight from the cockpit, it's another episode of Lunatic Fringe with the fucking pilot.
Ready, set, go! All right, back in the can for another edition of Lunatic Fringe Into the Void with an old friend. Tell me, who the fuck are you? What do you do?
Well, my name is Pablito Perazzoli. I'm a master parachute rigger, a Tandem Examiner, and a little bit of everything. So, yeah, that's who the fuck I am.
A master rigger, a Tandem Examiner, and in possession of an epic mustache.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We have to say thanks to Sammy. I always forget the name of that place that I always used to go there to get my haircut and my shave from him.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Best straight razor shave in the world, man.
I'm going to have to make sure that the picture for this podcast, the thumbnail, is the picture of that mustache. It's got to be, because you've been sporting that for a while now.
Yep. Yeah. It's so actually the whole mustache came up when I went to my mom's 70th birthday, and she wanted to have Western theme. And I cannot grow a beard because I have patches all over the place. Like, I'm very jealous of your beard that I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
And even when I was in the Middle East, I tried to actually grow a good beard, and I couldn't. So I went to the cool barbers and all this stuff, and they all like Habibi, just mustache for you, huh? And, So basically, I just grew as much as I can, and I just wanted to be the dirty cowboy for the party because
Nice.
everybody was very well dressed except for me. Like I had good dress, but my face just looked horrible. So when I went back to the Middle East, I went actually back to see Sammy, and he's like, "Habibi, I have something for you. You need to trust me." And I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, you've been shaving me for a long time. You put a blade to my neck all the time. So whatever you say. So he turns me around and he starts working. And you know when you're looking at somebody working on you, and like he's actually like making sure everything is symmetrical, everything. And he looks at it and he calls the other guy that was always there that, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, Sammy's not here or whatever. So he calls him in and they are both looking and talking to each other. And they're like, yeah, we should, you know, like they, I think, argue for 5 minutes if they should turn me around or not yet. And they turned me around and the mustache was not like this. It was more a little bit dirtier before.
Yeah.
And then with wax, slowly I started making it into happen like this.
It's very Doc Holliday. So it, you hit the Western theme quite well. It is very, very, very Doc Holliday.
So, well, that thanks to my mama. That was like six years ago.
I love it. Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, it works. So keep with it, man.
Yeah, no, of course.
So let's jump into it. I want you to remind everybody how you got started in all this shit. What made you decide that your path was going to take you to being an adult man that likes to sew? Which,
well, if we're going to talk about sewing, so when I was young, I went on an exchange program to New Zealand with American Field Services, or AFS, or another fat student, as they call it sometimes. And that took me in a very awesome adventure. While I was there, I was, what's the name? I had to take English classes, and I was going to repeat my high school year either way. So I did what every single lazy person would do at that moment. So I took home ec. They were like Spanish, I think, because I knew I could get an ace on it. Like I took all the super easy classes.
Right.
And in home ec, the lady, she puts me in front of a sewing machine and she's like, you need to learn how to sew because you never know. And I was like, okay, cool. So I started learning how to sew in home ec when I was 17 years old. And then I went back to Argentina and there was one of the World Cups. And my mom, one of the first times she came to the States, she bought me this fleece hat, you know, for snowboarding.
Yeah.
And I wanted to copy something like that. So I went to the store, I bought fleece fabric, and I started making hats. And I made one with the Argentinian flag. And one of my friends saw it, and he liked it. And he's like, well, I want one. I'm like, well, this is how much it costs. So I sold one. And then not in too long, I think I made 20 hats that I was selling to my friends.
Nice.
And that was actually, I put that on my back pocket, and I completely forgot. So then time passed. My mom said, hey, you know, I have an opportunity for you if you want it. I can give you a green card if you want. I'm like, what the hell is that? And he's like, well, you can actually work in the United States. I'm an American citizen. You can have that. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like an adventure. I remember telling her that. She's like, okay, let's do this. So we got me to the States. And after a while, I found a job. And in that job, a new lady came into work. Her and her husband, they took me to the drop zone. It was at Skydive USA, Chuck Akers drop zone, where Justin also works there. And I used to work there, and Justin Price. And then I did my first jump. And within like a few weeks after my first jump, I remember one of my FF instructor was packing his reserve. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? You need to be a rigger, because I knew he was not a rigger. And he points at actually my tandem instructor that was a master rigger, you know, and he's like, well, he's supervising me. And Ron goes like drinking a cup of coffee, like, yeah. You know, like the typical drop zone thing at the beginning, you know, now it's a little bit more stricter than it was before.
Sure.
And he's like, so why you do this? He's like, the truth is I don't trust anybody. And I'm like, I have trust issues too. Will you teach me? He's like, fuck off. Like that was it. And I kid you not, next week there was what's the name? Another kid, a new rigger that showed up to the drop zone that he wanted to teach somebody, and that was it.
Man, I mean,
you know?
it's what. Tell me, because I've always wanted to ask this, and I don't think I've ever gotten around to asking a rigger, especially not a master rigger. What is it that you enjoy as much as you do. I would think, looking at it from an outside perspective, that it's the attention to detail and not OCD, but just a bit of perfection, because I've never met a rigger that's not a fucking perfectionist, at least with the stuff that he's churning out. So what is it that keeps you wanting to do what you do? Because it's hard work, man. I mean, it's very detailed, time-consuming work.
I work about 7 days a week.
Yeah.
4 days they are for the company that I work for, CPS, Complete Parachute Solutions. And then I have my own personal company that is Sky Pirates. I haven't really had that day off now in probably since the end of the shutdown from COVID.
Wow.
I may have half a day here and there. The thing that I enjoy the most is touching the fabrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I really enjoy. Seriously. It just something like I just enjoy touching the fabrics. Like it just for me, it's a tactile thing.
All right.
And also, it keeps dexterity with my fingers. There's a lot of things that it has to do with that. And another thing is like I want to be successful at what I do. So the only way to be successful is to be good.
Mm.
And with the line of work that I have, there's no second chances really.
No.
So
No.
I need to do the best that I can at every given moment. One of the conversations that I have always with a lot of people, like let's say pretty much outside aviation, you can have a bad day and you can screw things up and you can have several things happen and you'll be okay at the end of the day.
Sure.
Even when I'm having a horrible day, I need to be performing at 100%. And
Yes.
actually, that's what I like also, because it pushes me to become a better version of myself every day.
Now, let me ask you, so that mentality, have you had that from the start of your rigging career? Because I mean, as a tandem instructor and an AFF instructor, I'd like to think that I was very thorough and I did a good job, but there were always those days where you're like, oh, fuck, this one's close, or the AFF student that you're triple checking the AAD because for some reason something's nagging. But as a rigger, you've just packed this reserve and you watched it climb on an airplane that you're not on. There's no second checking anything. Once those flaps are closed and that pin is in, you've got to be sure of your work. So has it always been like this, or were there times back when you were beginning that you're handing over a rig going, ooh?
Well, actually, I'm trying to put like the whole chain of thoughts in a nice, understandable way.
Sure.
I always been kind of like a little bit of anal retentive. Let's put it that.
Okay.
Just like I like things a certain way. Like right now, my house is a mess because I just was gone for like 4 weeks, and then I came back for 2 days, and I was gone for like another week. Mm. So I'm just right now catching up, to be honest with you. And like, I don't want to show you the floor because it's a lot of gear right there that I'm going through. And, but I always was like, not 100% neat freak. Like I have parts of my house that they are designed to be a mess.
Right.
But the parts that they are not designed to be a mess, if they are a mess, I get very upset real quick.
Sure.
So that is one of the nice things about rigging. So I always had that. Rigging made it worse, actually.
I'll bet.
What's the name? But the other thing is like there's one of the things that I always say when I'm teaching rigging, there's two types of riggers. You have the riggers that they lie about making mistakes and the riggers that they are honest about making mistakes. I had made mistakes. I've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah.
So if I tell you I never made a mistake, I'll be lying my ass off right now.
Sure.
And I had made mistakes, and every single mistake I have not made twice. Well, that is one of the things that I always make sure. Like, and the mistakes, they are not life-threatening mistakes. They are like, I routed this way. The proper way is this way, but this way works too.
Right.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Or when I folded the bridle, I folded the opposite way. Or when I did like a harness, I put 3 Partax besides 4 because I got confused that it was an Aerodyne rig or a Javelin rig.
Sure.
Like things like that sometimes happen, but the thing is when I find it, I'm like, okay, cool. Next time I need to do this to check it. So I add extra steps to making sure when I'm building the harness that is proper to it.
Sure.
Well,
but I mean, I would think, for me personally, if it's just my life at stake and I'm taking my own life into my hands, I'm not cavalier with it, but I'm maybe not as hardcore as I am as soon as there's another life involved.
It becomes worse for me on that way, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you've got, at any given time, I'm guessing you've got hundreds of reserve pack jobs that are out there being actively jumped. Man, I mean, it took me a while to kind of put that in perspective, and the only perspective I can come up with is it's like being, a pilot flying in a dozen different drop zones and not being able to keep an eye on everything that's going on. I mean, damn, that's a lot of responsibility.
It is, and to be honest with you, if I think about it, I'll stop.
Yeah.
No, seriously. I mean, so one of the worst things that happened to me, and I keep always bringing it. It was a long time ago, and a galaxy far, far away. It was late night. I had to do 4 assemblies that night, or 3, I think. I don't remember, but it means a long night.
Mm.
And this semi pulls in front of the loft when I was working at UPT. And this cool guy comes out of the semi, like we start talking. He's like, "Are you Pablito?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, one of my friends sends me to you. I need to get a repack. I'm on the road. I have here like 2 more hours, and, is it okay, to hook you up?" And of course I said yes, because I want to help, the guy's, he's on a jump
Sure.
and he just got lucky that I was there.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll get the pack. And I used to use clamps to keep the risers around the yoke to get them nice and tight.
Sure.
Right? So I clamp that. Everything is done. I finish his repack. I'm counting my tools, and 1 clamp is missing.
Ooh.
Okay. So I'm like, hey, just give me a minute. One of the clamps is missing. I open his rig. The clamp is not there. Okay, I finish his rig. I give it back to him, and I'm like, I hope you have a good night. Be safe, whatever. He goes on the road. And now I look at 3 rigs that I just finished.
Oh.
The clamp must be somewhere there. And now we're talking, it's 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
The rigs need to ship tomorrow morning. So, okay. I open each rig. There's no clamps. What the fuck is the clamp? Because I remember using that clamp. So from that day on, for 6 months, my heart was pounding. Like I would just wake up in the middle of the night, like, what the fuck just happened? Like I don't like this, makes me uncomfortable. It just literally, it was, the stress levels were like off, like I was jumping on everything. And that moment I stopped using clamps to do that. I figured out a different technique to accomplish the same thing, but better actually. It ended up being blessing in
Sure.
disguise in a way.
Sure.
So in 6 months, I didn't get a phone call. And then I'm like, oh shit, some rigs went to Europe. Oh fuck, it's a year now. So you know where this is going. So for a whole year, everything, okay, clamp never showed up. Seriously, it never showed up.
Wow.
A year and a half to 2 years later, we are moving, right? We're moving from that building back to the main building at UPT. And I grab one of the bins that I had, like projects. I pull it in, and the clamp goes. It slides in and out.
Do you laugh or cry?
The fucking clamp.
Yeah.
There's a fucking clamp. It's one of them. I have 4 that they are the same. I still have the 4, by the way.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Isn't that funny? We hold on to these things that potentially could have ruined our lives. I have the a pin that attaches the scissors nose wheel control for a twin otter that almost killed me, and that sits in my bedroom. I see that every fucking night. That little fucking thing almost killed me.
But it's a reminder to be better.
Yeah,
that is the way that I look at it, and it's funny because every single time, like I tell this story, and especially when I'm training new riggers, I'm like, hey man, I use tools. Some riggers will say that I use too many tools, but on the 100% of riggers, I am probably in the 5th percentile of using less tools. Because I don't I have all my tools to do repairs, but when it comes to packing, I use very little tools. I think it's like 8. That's it.
Well, I mean, I've heard over the years of stories like, and I know very little about what goes into it, but straps that were used that would go around the reserve that were left in.
It's called the mother strap or the death strap.
Yeah, so I've heard of that. That's, it's a rig has gone in for a repack and the strap is still there, and I can't even imagine because people fuck up, man. I mean, mistakes get made. Everybody's human, but wow, the stakes are so high.
Well. So the odds of a reserve ride are 1 in 1,000.
Is it 1 in 1,000?
Pretty much.
Okay.
That is the average. Or 1 in I think USPA just came up with the new number. It's like 697 or something like weird like that.
All right.
That is the odds on a reserve ride. I mean, how many jumps do you have? How many reserve rides do you have?
Yeah, those numbers don't match for me, but I know people that
You're lucky.
Yeah, I know people that have been getting all my reserve rides because I got people that have their fucking B license in reserve rides, but me, I've got, a little over 10,000 jumps and 7 rides.
So right there, you're like a 1 in 1,000 and something.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm like about 1 in every 500.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
or less. Well, I have almost 6,000 jumps, and I have for sure 13 reserve rides.
All right.
So,
all right. Well, so that's the other thing too, and this is kind of funny because it's not gone unnoticed for me with riggers that for themselves, a lot of the riggers that I know are the sloppiest fucking packers and have the nastiest rigs. Is that just because you guys know it's actually all good on the inside? But because I've seen horrible pack jobs and loose BOCs and all kinds of shit on riggers gear.
I cannot handle that. I have issues with that. I'm grateful that I don't have to I pay for gear, but I don't pay the retail prices.
Sure.
I get taken care of in a way,
Sure.
So I feel grateful for that, and that's why I keep rigger gear good. To be honest with you, parachutes want to open.
Yeah.
They do want to open. I have not been part, but I've talked to the people that they were part of all the malfunctions, for the photos for AFF.
Right.
And they had to sew things in place because they couldn't make them happen.
Yep.
Like they grab a line, they brought it over the canopy, and they tacked it. So it will stay in place because they will put the line over the canopy and they will deploy and the line will come off every single time.
So they had to tack a line over in place.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good, right? That's really good.
Yeah, it's parachutes. They really do want to open.
Well, especially
considering
the gear that they were using in those old photos that we've all seen. That gear was not nearly as reliable as what's being junked nowadays. So I can imagine it's only gotten better. Although with malfunctions, I'm sure you've seen the same thing I have. Nowadays, it's a lot more common to chop a perfectly good flying canopy that's just spinning like a motherfucker. Whereas that wasn't as big a thing when I was getting started.
Well, the Velo, if you have, let's talk about break fire.
Sure.
If you're on a docile canopy, you have a break fire, you're like, okay, cool, break fire, you reach.
Right.
You're in a tandem, you have this experience. Oh, they forgot to set the brake for whatever reason. You reach, you pop, no problem. And then you have the velocity. You have a break fire and a velocity, and you're like, roller coaster, here we go, and I hope I survive. Yeah. That's basically how that one works, right? And then it came the VK. And the first break fire I had on a VK, I was helping a friend in a 182 drop zone. I was main side on this AFF. He was reserve side on this AFF. And something happened, and I ended up being on the reserve side. And the guy, he just like, whatever. He's a very laid-back guy. So I remember it's pool time, and they start fighting over the pilot chute. So I'm just looking there going like, what are you doing? And I see them going at it, and the pilot chute's still in there.
Right.
I'm like, okay, cool. I hear my 3,500 beep. I reach my pilot chute, right? I'm like, okay, I think I need to do this part now because you guys are having a different fight. I pitch, and the canopy feels weird. And I pitch like around probably 3,000 feet, maybe a little bit lower. and the canopy feels weird. And I'm just like looking at it going like, what is going on with it? Oh, there's a break fire. Nothing weird. It just flew straight. It was incredible. And every single time I had a break fire on my VK, it's been the same.
Wow.
Very consistent. You just lean on the harness to the opposite side. That's it.
Fair enough.
It's just incredible.
I haven't suffered from a break fire in quite a long time, but I remember, again, I think it was, and I still have to guess that this is actually what happened because I only had 25 jumps and it was my first cutaway. I didn't pack the thing. Jumping rental gear at Paris Valley at, again, 25 fucking jumps. Pitch, I'm turning, and fuck it. They said, pull here, and I cut away. And it could have been, we never confirmed, it could have been a break fire that I chopped for my very first reserve ride at 25 jumps. So it probably was.
The odds of that happening are pretty high.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Well, it's funny too because people kind of laugh and it gets you get embarrassed if you say you did that way back when. I don't give a fuck. But I had a friend who chopped a break fire. And she was really beating herself up about it and getting a lot of shit about it. And I pulled her to the side and I said, all right, let these people talk shit. My only question is, when you pulled the handles, did you think that cutting away and opening your reserve was the only way you were going to save your life? She said, yes. I'm all, then fuck every one of them. You did what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, you said it 100% right there. It's I just don't understand people making fun of people that they made a decision that is on their best interest.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people making fun of people that cut away from line twists. Number one, you don't know what circumstances were going on.
Yep.
You don't know for how long they were fighting that line twist. You don't know any of that. You're not on that spot.
Right.
I've been on line twists. I remember I was jumping in Hollister. And actually was jump 1,299, and I had a break fire. No, because then I had another cutaway on jump 1,300.
Of course
I
you
had
did.
back-to-back cutaway, and they were the same fucking thing. And it was because I was on the road and I didn't have access to a good sewing machine to fix the problem. That was the thing that pissed me off the most. And but I remember, I jump and I have break fire. I'm on my back with 1.5 line twist. I come out of half. And then I end up with another 1.5. So I end up with 3.5 line twists or 2.5, whatever. And I couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
I fought for about 30 seconds going I need to get rid of this thing, and I'm like, shit, I have to pack my reserve. And that is the thing that actually is the worst part for me. I'm like, I don't want to do this right now. And I'm thinking of all the processes of what I need to deal with, right?
Sure.
So I just remember I'm on my back going God damn it, fuck. I cut away. Cool, excellent. And if you've ever been to Hollister, California,
I have, yeah.
The airport is 7 miles away from the landing zone. In the middle, there's a golf course, and there's a little valley there.
Yep.
Right? So I'm like, okay, I'm in between the airport and the drop zone. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to follow my stuff. So I'm looking at my main and my free bag going down because I can go deep in brakes. I'm like, cool, perfect. It landed on this beautiful front yard. I'm going to land right in front of it. And at the time I'm doing my pattern, I realized that the house is on an angle. So I kind of do this weird 180 almost turn. I lift my feet, my butt hits the fence, and I carve the canopy. I remember I'm carving the canopy wildly to the right, because the house is right there, but also, and there's a tree coming at my face. And I'm like, this is not good at all. So I kind of finish everything, I pick up my stuff and the lady comes in, I thought that you were dead. Because she saw the whole thing happening. I'm like, no, I'm just picking up my stuff. It's like, oh, cool, thanks.
Yep.
You need me to do something? And I'm like, well, can you take me to the road down there so I can get on the bus when we go back to the drop zone? And she's like, you're very calm about this. And I'm like, well, it's a malfunction. I'm alive. I'm kicking. I'm dancing. Life is good,
She actually sounds like she was pretty calm too, because we've all seen the non-skydivers that see the cutaway canopy coming down, assuming that they're watching a skydiver die.
We got a phone call not too long ago here in the land about it.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I just saw. Well, see, now that actually surprises me, because in a place like DeLand where it's about as, skydiving is a staple in DeLand. How do people still not know?
It's you'll be surprised how many people, like I talk to people and they have no idea that skydiving is the mecca of skydiving in the world. I mean, you have the
Really?
major manufacturers here. The majority of the research that comes out of the land, it gets transferred to the world. You know, it's an amazing place, and like majority of people have no idea, man.
Well,
People like what I'm learning is people don't really care. Like they are
yeah.
just so much into only little bubble that, like this is it. Like, you know, like they're just like completely involved on themselves and they don't care about anything else.
I mean, I suppose I understand to some degree. I'd say probably a good 25% of the people that I've had on the show talk about the drop zone that they made their first jump at that was right next to their home that they didn't know was there until. And I was the same. I mean, there was a drop zone. Skydance Skydiving was a 25-minute drive from my front door, the place where I grew up, and I didn't know it was there until I got hired to work there.
That is amazing.
Yeah. I didn't have a clue. I'd been a skydiver for years by then, and I'm like, wait, there's a drop zone like right there? Holy shit. So
Yeah. I mean, it's just we don't think about those things. Like actually, like this makes me think. My mom used to we used to have skydiving in my hometown in Argentina. I don't remember. I was a young child. But she always used to tell me that I used to love watching the people coming around canopies.
well now
You know?
remind me, because there was, and you may have already brushed on it before, but when we talked before, your mom was pretty integral in your starting the whole skydiving world because she really pushed you towards going for the adventure, right? Or she was against it?
Well, she wanted me to do adventures, but she's terrified of danger. So it's not that she pushed me towards it. She actually so funny. Not too long ago, I was at her place with my girlfriend, and you know, like my mom always likes to. She loves to say that she's proud of me because of what I've done. And I'm like, yo, mom, you didn't talk to me for about a year when I started jumping because you were thinking that I was retarded, you know, that I was irresponsible and I was crazy because of whatever thing you read in the news once or something. Because my mom reads,
Right.
like you give her a book, it's 1,000 pages. She starts reading at 10 o'clock at night. She's done by 6 o'clock in the morning.
Sure.
And she's like, I just finished this book. So my mom, she's incredible. She knows so much, but she was terrified because I thought I was stupid. And then, like, I remember, I'm like, hey, mom, I'm going to the Christmas boogie at Eloy. You know, it's like about 2-hour drive from your house. If you want to see me, I'll be there. You know, I don't have a car. Somebody's driving me and somebody's driving me back. So I'm just in the middle, you know, I'm just like at the mercy of other people.
Right.
And they showed up there like at 8 o'clock in the morning. And they didn't even look for me. They just sit down on the benches. You know how they have the benches in front of the landing area?
Sure.
And they had a little picnic there, and they were just looking at people jumping all day long.
Wow.
And around lunchtime, as I'm coming in, my mom grabs me. It's like, so nice to see you doing something that you love. And I love to see how professional you guys are, you know, how organized this is. Because it was a busy boogie. I think we were jumping from 2 orders and also the skyband. So it was, you know, there was a lot of movement.
Sure.
And she's like, you know, like I thought that, you know, that you were a little bit on the dumb side by doing this, but I respect this. Let's go for lunch. And it was actually at that moment is when, for me, it felt that it was the right thing to do.
That's
100%. I knew I wanted to do it, but, you know, like family is very important on anybody. Even if they say I don't give a shit about my parents,
They do.
they say that is because they do give a shit.
Yeah, for sure. I was,
You know?
I was lucky. Well, I don't know. I never really discussed it too much with my dad, but my mom was 100% behind the whole skydiving thing because I'd been a fucking stripper for years by then. You know, I mean, she was just glad I was leaving my pants on. So,
I was just watching the photo when you were with all the guys.
Yeah,
like this morning,
that-
I'm like, oh, look at me.
fucking Facebook pops up all these goddamn memories, and that one came up, and I'm like, all right, fuck it. If you can't make fun of yourself, you can't make fun of anybody, so I might as well, because it's just ridiculous. So, yeah, it was kind of funny being able to goof around about stuff like that, because there's very few people in the world that knew me back when I was still doing that, so a lot of the people, I think they just think I'm full of shit. Which I am, but they think I'm full of shit like I didn't do it. And then a picture comes up and they're like, oh, dude, seriously?
Yeah, man. But that is the beauty. That is my favorite part of this sport.
Yeah.
That it's You meet people from all kind of lives, from all kind of places. You just meet amazing people all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I love that from the sport.
Yeah, I think
You know?
I think the great thing about it too is it really busts down all the cultural bullshit. Because I mean, we're brought up to think that people from certain places are going to behave in certain ways, and to some degree, everybody they adhere to the culture somewhat. But skydivers have their own culture, so you get to find out what those people are really about because we adopt our own little culture. Skydiving is its own world. You know, I mean. You know so much about someone as soon as you find out they're a fellow skydiver. That already tells you a pretty good chunk about that as a person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, one of my favorite things about skydiving, I know very important people in the world that most people, they're like, oh my God, you know, like they are so and so and so and so and so and so. And when I met them, I thought that they were completely broke because they were wearing the dirtiest shorts and the broken T-shirt.
Right.
And like, you know, they probably didn't shower for 2 or 3 days. You know, and you're like, you're who? No shit. You know, and you're just looking at them going like, you make no sense right now, man.
Right.
Like, seriously, because every single time you see them, they're always like on suits. Like, I've seen some of people that I work with skydiving that I see them on real life by accident, and I don't recognize them. They're like, hey, Pablito, what's up? And I'm like, no shit, dude. What happened to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
and that's what I love from the sport.
Yeah, I mean, because there's a number of people in skydiving that aren't in the life 100% like you and I are that make their livings from it. They actually still have to, you know, dip their toes in the real world, and you see them in the real world and it doesn't match. You're like, wait, no, that's not right. No. Yeah.
They actually, the only one that matched 100% in and off, it was Schumacher when I met him.
Oh yeah,
he was, you know, like super clean, everything perfect. Like the jumpsuit was like tailored 100%, like he's right, like he's everything was. I'm just looking at the guy going like, I guess you're Schumacher because you look exactly like him and you dress.
I will
even
admit,
when you're skydiving.
I will admit, because
like
I think that was when you and I were working together, because I met him as well. He was out jumping with his son, and I remember thinking the same thing, is that, wow, he is just extremely put together.
Like I was like, he looked like the super cool kid going to the plane.
Yeah.
Like I was just looking at that going like, you make no sense, my friend. Nice to meet you. I'm Pablo. If you need any rigging that I'm sure you're not going to use me because you don't know me, but I'm here to help you out. Bye. Have a good day. And I walked away.
Well,
that was it.
And most people, though, if they're jumpers, especially if they're active jumpers like he was, they're generally pretty damn low key when they're at the drop zone. Although, I mean, somebody of his stature, he had his guard up a little bit. Like he didn't want to. I remember. I forget who told me, but basically the gist was he didn't want to do selfies. He didn't want to sign anything. He was like, no. I'm at the drop zone because I'm a skydiver. I just want to jump out of airplanes and have fun. Yeah. I'm not the guy that drives fast and stuff like that. Just let's go skydive, which is super cool. Yeah. That's how it should be.
I literally, like, for me it was quick. He was nice, you know, but that was it. You know, like that was like, okay, nice to meet you, man. But like, I remember looking at him, like he looked like he was just ready to go racing.
Sure.
You know, the only thing he didn't have the huge helmet and the neck brace thing that they got.
Right.
But everything else, I'm just like, even the shoes, like it was just like perfect.
Well, you know,
like somebody actually.
It's kind of funny because I've talked to Luis from Liquid Sky, designs the jumpsuits as well as he does the kart suits, the racing suits for driving.
Yeah.
And you can see the parallels. Like I think it was Oregon Suits first that did suits that started looking like the racing suits. They had the cuffed ankles instead of just being Velcroed at the ankles and the wrists. Everything was cuffed and everything looked very put together, which was funny because that came right on the heels of you weren't a good skydiver unless you looked like a complete dirtbag. You remember that, right?
That was 2001 to 2005.
Yeah, man. If your rig was even, it had to be fucking filthy. You were wearing shitty, ratty clothes, and that meant that you were a badass skydiver. If you showed up in a clean jumpsuit with a freshly brushed rig, people wouldn't go anywhere near you. Oh, there's a new guy right there.
That's true.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's flipped so much because now It's all about being put together and everything, I mean, everything is so well produced, and between the jumpsuits and the rigs and all this stuff, man, I mean, you look like you're part of a team.
One of the things that I do, not a lot, and I only do it to certain people because I know how they are. Like, I customize their toggles, the little tab for the RSL to match the rig, to make sure that there's no off colors.
You customized my fucking cutaway and reserve handle.
Well, so it's super funny about that. So I remember I was at the loft and this guy's like, "Oh yeah, look at my rig. You can order whatever fucking candles you want." And I'm like, "Okay, neon pink it is." And you're like, "Ha ha ha ha, yeah." Like, what did you get?
Yeah, I got fucking neon pink. Well,
but it fits the princess so good. What can I say?
It was the perfect color for that rig. There's no doubt about it, because I had bought the rig from Julian, and it was this bright white, perfectly white rig, really clean white rig. And then you bought those goddamn neon pink cutaway and reserve handles. Holy shit!
So beautiful, man.
Well, but I couldn't bitch, because it was the same time that you were putting those handles on that you threw a Velo 103 at me and said, "Go have fun."
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, seriously, like, that was actually, I still think about that. And 2 weeks ago, one guy comes to the jobs and is like, "Hey, Pablo, can you put a new, handle for my pilot chute?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, neon pink, no problem." He's like, yeah, I don't care about the color. I'm like, oh,
yeah, you do.
You have no idea what you just said, especially to me. And I told him the story about you. And I'm like, dude, the freaking one of the pilot keys comes with this white rig, and he's like, "I don't give a shit about the colors," and he got neon pinks. He's like, and he just looked at me with the with the stare, going like, "Oh, you're not gonna do that to me." So I did one up on him. I looked at his rig, and he had the woodland camo, like the old camouflage.
Yeah.
And I made the handle the same thing. So I'm chasing him at the drop zone, going like, "Hey, dude, let me show you the rig." And he's like, "I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't have time for this. I don't want to see it, man. I'm sure that you are messing with me." And I showed it to him, and he almost started crying because I matched the handle.
Oh, look at you big softy. You took it easy on him.
Of course. But he opened the door. I mean, like, he's a good guy. He has a good heart, so I couldn't make him cry.
Well, I want to be able to say that all skydivers have thick skins and can handle it, but that's not actually true.
Nah, actually, we are all softies, man.
Right?
We all are all softies. I mean, yeah.
So
so here.
Go ahead.
Here in the land, something sad happened. One of the legends, he actually passed away in an accident. Carl Doherty.
Yeah.
And I miss the fucker. To be honest with you, like, my nipples are so happy he's gone, because he used to pinch them so hard all the fucking time. Like, they used to bleed once in a while. So that's the only part of my body that is, like, grateful that he's gone. But I miss the fucker so much.
Sure.
Going to the drop zone is not the same. And I never seen people quit skydiving because of it. And 2 people actually stopped jumping because of that.
Wow.
And people that they've been on the sport for years, that they're like, "I'm done. That's it. I'm out."
We've lost a few legends lately, and it sucks, man. It sucks.
Yeah, I mean, Rocky Evans and Carl. Like, I mean, Carl had more world records than anybody in the world, man.
Yeah.
He had 20,000 jumps. He's been jumping for over 50 years, and it was an accident. And I saw the guy that he had the incident with, and it was his AFF instructor. Carl was his AFF instructor.
Wow.
So, like, I feel so sorry for him, but it just, like, seeing like how it affected. Like, I didn't think it was gonna affect me as much, and for a whole week I was, like, on the blues. Like, it was like, fuck, and, like, it's funny because, like, I used to, like, just go to the drop zone to talk shit to him. Like, I go like, "Guten Morgen, Carl," and he'll start talking to me in German. I'm like, "I have no fucking idea what the fuck you're talking about, man." And we used to go back and forth a lot, and it just such a thing. And I realize how certain people affect us and makes us be big softies.
Sure.
Like, for a whole week I was just fuck, just like what just happened here? Like I could not comprehend it.
Right. Well, you know what I found is that my go-to reaction when there's a loss is to play the gruff skydiver that, will throw the jokes out when it's time and pretend like it's not getting to you. And then for however long, you're just off. Just something's not right. And
Yep.
part of you doesn't want to admit that you're off because a friend of yours just died, because we've chosen a lifestyle that we know it means we're going to lose people. That's just how it is, And in order to, I think, come to grips with that, you have to get that thick skin. But sometimes you realize your skin is not nearly as thick as you think it is, and it starts biting you, And it's even old friends, Kevin Love, when he passed away not that long ago, that was a really difficult one because he and I were extremely close for, a while living in Vegas, but we had lost touch for years and years. And then all of a sudden I'm finding myself thinking of all these old memories over and over again. And then I just had a shitty couple of weeks and I couldn't figure out why. And then I'm like, duh, one of the closest friends you ever had is dead. Yeah, it's going to fuck with you. And I don't think we acknowledge it as much as we think we do.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, so for me, COVID was hard. I lost my favorite aunt, she actually didn't die from COVID. She died from pneumonia afterwards.
Oh, wow.
And I never heard my dad cry. And actually that for me was like, my dad crying was like, oh shit, oh fuck.
Yeah.
And the other parties, like I couldn't go to say goodbye or anything like that. And, like that affected me a lot. And I knew it was going to affect me and everything.
Sure.
But Carl, I did not expect it. Like I was like I just got blinded by it.
Sure.
And I was like, what the fuck just happened here?
Yeah.
For a whole week. And I'm talking to my boss and I'm like, hey dude, I'm not 100% here. It's like, yeah, Carl, listen. And I'm like, yep, I did not expect this to happen to me. Like, He's like, yep. He's like, he was close to Jessica. He's like, same thing happened to me with Jessica, like when she passed and I just couldn't deal with it. It was hard, like for a whole week, I was like, I took half a day off of work. So if you need to go home and deal with it, you can, like I completely understand what you're feeling. I'm like, no, if I go home, it's going to be worse. So I need to focus on something right now.
Sure. Yeah. It's funny because every time it comes up, it seems to come in a different form. You have to deal with it in a different way. I mean, for as common as the experience gets, if you're in the sport for any length of time, the way that you react is different every time. I mean, I've had ones that drop me to my knees, and I've had ones that I laughed through until months later before it just kind of thumped me on the head. And so it's really weird.
Yeah.
I think part of it is because most of the time with this, we don't have closure. It's very odd or very unusual, I should say, to be on the same drop zone as a friend you've lost when you've been in the sport as long as you and I have.
Yeah, it's true.
If I lose friends, they're probably on the other side of the planet, and so part of my mind never lets go, and I'm waiting for them to show up for a load, or I'm waiting for a message, or you'll think, oh fuck, I gotta call so and so oh no, can't do that, because you weren't there for the memorial. There's no closure. It's very strange.
It was amazing for Carl's memorial. So the accident happened on Sunday. On that Monday afternoon, there were over 200 people at the drop zone.
Wow.
And it was just not local people. Like there were planes flying in with people. And like, I just remember, and as I'm walking around, I'm talking to one of my friends and I'm like, the legends, the years of experience that we have right now in the land.
Oh yeah.
It's like, it's amazing. Like it was just looking around the drop zone. It was just thousands of years of experience.
It's so heartwarming though when you see something like that, right?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. They did a beautiful 4-plane formation coming in.
Nice.
Like they just flew right, like with smoke, everything just flew right in front, and then they came around and they did kind of like one, like actually a 270 was more like it, and then they did the missing man formation.
Oh, nice.
And it was so beautiful.
It really is super warming when you see something like that and you see that someone's had such an effect. I've only been to one Two memorials that were really touching like that, but one that really caught me off guard was for a guy by the name of Donnie Brown who jumped in Skydance in Northern California jumper. Okay. Just a fucking wonderful guy. One of those guys. And I know that gets said about everybody that's gone, but he was just one of those guys. And I actually was working for the airline in the Caribbean at the time, and I had some time off. So I flew from the Caribbean back to Northern California to be able to go to the memorial.
Oh, wow.
And I walk into the hangar where they were having the memorial, and it was fucking stuffed with people. And not all skydivers, of course, but hundreds of people there. Just this really wonderful memorial the entire time. And then they finished it off with a massive him, fuck him, which, of course, exactly. Nobody but skydivers understand it. And that had all of us laughing and in tears at the same time. And everybody that's been at something like that knows what it's like to laugh and cry at the exact same time. But just such a wonderful send-off to, such a spectacular person. And I'd imagine that Carl's was the same.
Oh, actually, they finished with the him, fuck him. It was nice.
Yeah.
Because I just literally walking through the bar and I heard it, like just walking right to the outside. And I was like, fuck yeah, that is perfect for him.
Exactly, right?
He had a lot of the little, like, old sayings. Like, every single day, the fucker will show up to the drop zone and just scream from the bottom of his lungs something stupid,
right?
Like just like do a howl or something like that. And I'm looking at this guy going like, this guy's been jumping for 50 years and feels like that. This is fucking awesome,
right?
It's like, hey, good morning, Carl. It's like, good morning, and he'll just scream something weird. You're like, okay, Carl, hi.
You have to love it, man. It's a kind of infectious energy that some people have. I was lucky enough to talk to Mo Valetto not too long before he passed away, and same thing. You're talking about this wealth of experience and the craziest off the wall sayings and the old timer shit that just some of the stuff that they were doing back in his day. You're like, wow, okay, couldn't do that anymore.
That is what actually I was not too long ago. I was thinking about how much I miss the bonfire.
Yeah,
like that is like one of the things that it's kind of like gone.
Yeah,
even in small drop zones now, like the whole old traditions. Like I want to go to an SCR ceremony. Yeah. I want to go and pour some fucking beer on somebody.
Yeah,
but those things are not happening anymore. Really, It's so weird.
Do you think I know it's been happening or not happening because of COVID, but has it been happening even before then?
Before then, yeah. It just,
that's
like the whole the old traditions are kind of like, it's completely not true. There's an evolution to it.
Yeah.
Remember, like probably like on the 50s and 60s when people used to skydive, they used to freaking tag the airborne wings to their chest and,
right.
Bleed, motherfucker. You made it. We are not to that level, but, like the whole like, oh shit, there I was. Like, I had to explain to somebody why you buy beer. And they were like looking at me like, well, it kind of makes sense.
Right.
I'm like, no, you just had a first experience, because like they were talking about the first time. I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, because you just jump a jumpsuit for the first time, you don't fucking buy beer for that.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right.
But now, let's say you had your first malfunction. Fuck yeah, you buy beer for that. Why? Because you're going to grab the old experienced people. You're going to give them a beer for them to drink while you tell them the story of what happened to you. And at that moment, they're going to transfer the information that they have to you of their experiences with that.
Yeah, man.
So it's a rite of passage.
Yeah, for
kind of
sure.
thing.
Well, and it's a wonderful way to exchange the knowledge and the experience that so many people get, and it's passed down. And of course, the bonfire is also a good opportunity to just go get goofy with the people that you're out skydiving with, or shoot the shit. Or that was the whole premise behind exactly what you and I are doing now, is the opportunity for people to eavesdrop on an experience, on a conversation with somebody that does something maybe that they don't do or has a different take on it. And so it's a shame that the bonfires are kind of going by the wayside.
Yeah, well, there's a few drop zones here in the States. Like the best one at the moment is the tiki one in New England, I think. That they burned the entire couch and the entire tiki bar and like the party there, and they have this whatever jungle juice, I think it's called. I don't remember much. Let's put it at jungle juice.
Right.
I don't remember much of that night, but it's an amazing experience. But it's very localized.
Sure.
Like it's not like a spread thing that you're done jumping at the end of the day. You look around, you just sit there. Like, I don't drink anymore, but, like you have your beer or whatever you drink, and you're just communicating with somebody about something that you're passionate about,
Yeah, for sure.
And now one of the things that I'm noticing in the sport is becoming kind of like what four-way used to be, but with angle flying.
Sure.
Like there was the other day there was a load. The clouds were kind of like playing around, and the angle flyers didn't get out because they didn't want to come straight down. They didn't want to change their plan. And when I heard that, I was like, who the fuck was the leader of that? Because I want to go punch him.
Yeah.
You get an opportunity to skydive, you jump out of the fucking plane.
Yes.
You get the fuck out of the plane. And they dropped down to a hop and pop and they didn't want to change their plan. So people had to go around the fucking guys that they are at the back of the plane getting ready to get out so they can do a hop and pop. What a shit.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
That broke my heart. Like when I heard that, the angle flyers, they just, they didn't want to change the plan because they had this beautiful complex jump. You get a fucking free jump.
Yeah.
Enjoy it.
You do it on the next fucking load or the next one or the one after that.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was I was working, so at CPS we train military guys. And in one of the jumps, like once the students do something, then pretty much it's you by yourself. But I was being shadowed by somebody to make sure that I know what I'm doing or that I do what I say that I do.
Yeah, fair enough.
And this guy, he's an amazing flyer. Ty Lucy, I don't know if you know him. He's from Eloy. He was in Arsenal. Like an amazing, like he's one of the gods on skydiving that you're like, I want to be as cool as you are.
Sure.
On your worst day.
Sure.
Because on your best day, I don't think I ever can touch that. And for 8 jumps a day, like the student does his things and then pretty much just doing our thing, right?
Right.
We did transitions, we tracked, we angle fly, we did everything you can imagine in 8 jumps. And I haven't had that much fun jumping in a long time because it was just amazing.
Sure.
It's like, what are we doing at the next time? It's like, whatever we feel like it. That's what he said. And I'm like, awesome. We were doing egos. We were doing everything we could do. Like in one of the jumps, like, like the student does his thing. I get on my back. The fucker comes, grabs me, and flips me. And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, well, I haven't rolled anybody in a long time, so I wanted to practice. And I'm like, fuck you.
Those were always my favorite jumps. Were always the just zero plan, get out the door, go have fun on the skydive. Those were always the ones that, because it takes all the pressure and expectation out of it, right? Your only expectation is to go have fun. That's it. That's what I got into it for in the first place. All right, I'm going to roll out of this airplane and let's just go have some fun.
That's it, But like now again, like it's amazing because I remember when I started skydiving, I was one of the free flyers. Oh, you're breaking the rules, and
right.
You're doing like you're one of like the dark side and all that stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I just want to have a good time, right?
Right.
But then I used to pack, so I used to see the 4-way guys wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, come back from a run and a workout. Let's go train.
Right.
And they'll train, And I'm like, going like, what's wrong with these people?
Yeah.
And then kind of like the angle flyers, free flyers are kind of like going on that route. And I remember a long time ago, I had a conversation with somebody that he was like a very hardcore 4-way guy going like, you free flyers are going on the same route we are going.
Yeah.
We were going. And you're going to get to the same level we are. You'll see. It took freaking 15 years to happen, and it's happening.
Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely happening. I see the kind of drive and determination, and don't get me wrong, I applaud it, and I think it's amazing, but I also think that the ones that get a little too hardcore forget or lose out on what they got into it for in the first place. And I'm sure you've seen it as well. You see people that as soon as the sun goes down, there's no bonfire because they've just thrown their gear in a locker so that they can race to the tunnel to practice the shit that they're going to do in the sky again. Not because it's fun, but because they're trying to nail that perfect move or nail this routine or that routine. And again, I applaud it if they've got a goal they're going for, but if they're just doing it to be perfect, I like sucking because that means I've always got something to learn.
And also to have fun with.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I get out and have a good time. There's no pressure on me because if somebody's going to fuck up the skydive, it's probably going to be me. So when I don't, woohoo!
So every single time I go to jump in Arizona, it's fun. They make fun of my landings because here in the land, I'm comfortable with the air. It's nice and humid.
Sure.
So, you're not really going as fast as you're going with the canopy.
Right.
Even if you push it super hard, you don't get that extra thing. But then you go to Arizona and you're like at 1,800 feet or whatever it is. The air is thinner, it's super dry, so the canopy fucking holds us, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then the landing area, there's a little patch of grass, that everybody tries to make it to. But then everything else is this hard gravel ground.
Right.
That it's worse than concrete. Like once I jump with gloves there because my hands love me. Because if not, like my hands end up just like all destroyed.
Right.
So the first pretty much 2 days of jumping, my landings are horrible. I'm coming in, I'm hauling ass. I'm like, I nailed the turn. Perfect. Oh shit, I need to stop now. So like on my head, I'm going like touchdown. So I'm thinking about like almost touchdown. Okay, feet on the ground. Good. And the gravel, I feel it like,
yep.
Right? And then like I get half flare, I'm like, okay, grass, just pop over the grass. And then at the moment my feet touch the grass, I drop everything and I just try to grab the grass to stop. I'm like, I'm alive. Okay, let's go do this again. So, you have people like that. It's like, Pablo, what the fuck did you learn how to fly a canopy, man? And I'm like, I'm getting used to again, okay? Just let me be, man.
Yeah.
It's my process. Takes 2 days.
I'm taking my time. It's all good. I'll still be walking at the end of the week. That's the goal, right?
That's it. And then by the end of it, I'm doing like all this stupid stuff, like I'm comfortable again. So like, I'm like already playing, but it's funny because that's the only place in the world that I do it. In my mind, I'm going through like all the stages for the landing. I'm like, okay, if turn cam finishes, altitude looks good, a little bit of rears, input, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're level off, good. Start the flare. Touchdown. We're touching down, hands down, finish the flare, finish. And like, I'm telling that to myself like
sure.
a freaking idiot, non-stop. And then I'm like, okay, that was good. Let's do it again. But I keep repeating it on my head over and over. Because like here, like sometimes you don't finish the flare, but because everything is a little bit slower,
yeah,
you just take 2 or 3 steps.
Well,
but
and
there you don't have that.
You and I are a bit the same in that. I'm a little on the cautious side, especially when I'm trying to get back into either when I'm getting back into jumping in general or getting into a new groove. Like when I started jumping again, I think I was jumping a 150, and I was bored. But I'm like, I don't. Well, no, I was jumping either a 135 or a 150, and
was it a sector?
What the fuck was I jumping at the time? I don't remember what it was because it was borrowed gear. And I was trying to build a rig together, and I was taking it super mellow. I'm like, oh, I don't need to jump small, fast canopies anymore. But, of course, then I'm jumping for a week going, all right, this is kind of boring. I kind of want something a little bit faster. And you were the one that was like, well, you used to fly a Velo 103, didn't you? And I'm like, yeah. And then you were the one that just threw the bag at me and went, go fucking skydive.
That's it, man.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like it's kind of like it's like people say it's like riding a bicycle. It's not really like riding a bicycle. It's kind of like going back to the norm.
Yeah. Well, and I think I came in that same day and went back to you and went, oh, thank you. Okay, that felt normal. That felt good. Yeah. All right. So I wanted to ask, as we get towards the end of things, rigging for as long as you have, all the sharp shit, all the different ways to injure yourself. What's the most fucked up you've ever hurt yourself rigging? Have you ever shoved a needle through a thumb or something like that? Because those machines terrify me. Okay.
You see that scar right there on the thumb?
I do. Yeah, it's a nice looking scar.
That is from my harness machine.
That's a vicious looking machine, dude. The harness machines look like a torture device from medieval times.
Well, so let me show you my loft here real quick. This is part of it. Just some stuff fell off.
Now make sure you're describing as you go so everybody knows what we're looking at.
Okay, cool. So here I have a table where I have my rigging tools for packing, and then looks a little bit of a mess because I'm just in the middle of like 4 projects. Then there's the harness machine right there. It's a Console 733R-5. And
it's a beast.
yeah, if you could put your fingers under the foot right there, whatever you put under there, it will sew through it. It has so much torque that if it grabs your bone, it will just shatter it.
Ay, ay, ay.
Then I have bar tacker machine that is programmable. That this is the latest machine I bought, so I can do relines quicker. I had another machine that is pretty awesome, but this one here just allows me to take about 20 to 30 minutes out of the reline.
Okay.
Then I have a walk-in foot that one does most of the repairs on containers. Then here you can see under the Stormtroopers cover.
Yeah.
That's my double needle where I do all the binding and stuff like that. Then I have another one here with the Millennium Falcon cover. That is my normal zigzag. So that is actually the machines that I tend to use the most.
Wow.
And then I'll take you to my other room where, well,
And
I'm just running out of space.
And this is home.
Yeah, this is my house, by the way. And then here, like you can actually see, this is where I store things, and I have not cleaned up because I've been gone for a while.
Yeah.
But here I have my canopy machine. It's just a normal straight stitch
Sure.
feed dog. Super nice machine. Then I have that old bar tacker there. I think she's like 60 years old.
Jesus.
Beautiful machine. And she used to do all the relines, but now I have her mainly for container work because she's a little bit heavier duty than the other one. Then every single person, when they start rigging the career, they buy the first sewing machine. Let me move these things here. Normally the first sewing machine they get, it's called a Singer 20U.
Okay.
Then Conso bought the rights to be able to build that sewing machine. And this is the Conso 20U, but if you look inside of it, it says 20U on it because they bought the rights. And then here I have a long arm, and this one allows me to do actually all the repairs on the containers without having to bend everything in half.
Sure.
And one of the most important things to have is always overlock to fix jumpsuits.
Jesus. How many sewing machines do you have?
2, 4, 10. And then I have Bernina that she's not on a table right now because I don't have a table for it. So yeah,
wow.
That you need 10 sewing machines to do the majority of the work that I do. And there's more machines I would love to have, but hey, they're expensive.
Well, yeah, and I thought just being a skydiver was expensive, but being a rigger, Jesus, I mean, you've got a small fortune just in machines in your house.
Yeah.
Jesus. So let me ask you, is being a rigger at your level something you would recommend to someone?
If you have patience, if you want to help people out, and you need to have the passion. If you do it for the money, I'm going to be honest with you, the money is okay. It's not amazing. The liability that I have on any given day, I can lose everything like that.
Sure. Scary.
I mean, everything that I work for could be gone in 5 minutes.
Well, I think I know you well enough to know now, especially with your work ethic, the likelihood of that happening is pretty slim. But it's definitely still there.
Yeah. I mean, every single time I give a rig after a repack or anything like that, give me 1 second, Dean. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I have a customer picking up a rig right now.
Look at that.
Awesome. Yep. We want people jumping out of airplanes, right?
Yes. Hey, who is it? Bring him in. Bring him in.
Okay, I'll bring him in. John! Come!
This is perfect.
It's John and his wife right there. I think John is coming. Hey, buddy! You're going to be part of my podcast right now. This guy is big deal. He actually... Remember I was telling you about customizing rigs?
Yeah.
I mean, you can actually see this puppy right here. I'm talking about your rig, John.
Describe what
looks good.
Describe what you're talking about.
This is I think it's called the Night Camo. What is the name of this color, John? Multicam night multicam or something like that, right? Yeah. I don't remember. It's pretty cool. But you can actually see that the webbing doesn't have the yellow marks. It's black.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't like that. The RSL tab, as you can see, also is OD green to match the rig.
All right.
And There's only one embroidery that says Vector because he didn't want to have anything to ruin his beautiful Vector 320 with an OP 143 and original Gangster by Fluid Wings 135.
Awesome.
Kind of looks good, by the way. Need to change the brake lines, but in the next 50 jumps. And what's the name? And everything it's pretty well matching.
Awesome.
If I could actually make the blue Spectra ripcord be OD green or black, he will take it. But I cannot change that because I would be, rebuilding a handle that, I don't have the rights to do so.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, it's a beautiful rig, and I personally know the work you do quite well, so it's spectacular.
Yeah, he wanted everything to be matching. My next thing is to get black snaps to change that silver one to black. That is my next step.
The soft stabs is
And
one of my favorite parts. The soft stabilizers.
Yeah. Also, the safe stabilizers that you can see, they are actually matching everything.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just for him.
Lovely.
Because he's a big deal. Awesome, brother. Have fun. Everything looks good. You just need to change the brake lines within the next 50 jumps. The lower part of it looks like you're toggling a lot.
And what
70. We'll talk later. Cool, brother. All right, be safe. Did you grab the fluid bag?
Yes.
Cool. Excellent. Be safe. Enjoy your day.
Hello.
I'm
We
so
got
sorry about that,
a little behind the scenes peek in Pablito's life right there. Now, as we wrap up, the last thing I want you to do is tell everybody how they find your rigging services, how they find your rigging courses, how they find you.
All right. Well, I'm super easy to find. It's Pablito Perazzoli on Facebook. So Pablito is Papa Alpha Bravo Lima India Tango Oscar, and my last name is Papa Echo Romeo Alpha Zulu Zulu Oscar Lima India. You can send an email to me at Papa Echo Romeo Alpha Zulu Zulu Oscar Lima India at gmail.com. Or I think my Instagram is PabsP. There will be Papa Alpha Bravo Sierra. I'm looking in Instagram right now to see what my thing is. So it's my Instagram is Papa Alpha Bravo Sierra Papa. And that is the easiest way to find me. And if you want my phone number,
don't give your phone number out on this.
send me a message on Facebook, and if I like you, I'll give it to you.
Nice. And they can find that beautiful mustache in person jumping at the land. Yes.
Skydive the land. Skydive Eloy. Well, if I'm there in Eloy, I'll go to jump there. But yeah, no, mainly it's in Florida. Skydive the land, Skydive Sebastian.
Awesome.
Those are the places that probably will be jumping the most.
Awesome. Well,
so yeah, it's good.
Pablito, I can't thank you enough for taking part of your busy schedule and giving it to me and shooting the shit with me and talking rigging and all this fun stuff. As always, it's wonderful to see that face. I wish I was there so I could twirl that mustache just a little bit.
Anytime you want, bro.
Brother,
anytime you want.
Man, I love you. Thank you so much for talking.
No, seriously, thank you so much for this opportunity. I am grateful. And every single time, like, you ask me to do this, like, my heart just smiles.
Well.
I tend not to show too much emotion because, that's how I deal with my own shit.
Sure.
One of the things that I was talking to, like, I had a customer come, like, it was, like, I think 10 o'clock at night. And she was like, oh, man, you work hard. I'm like, you know how I deal with my problems? And she's like, how? I work. So for me, it's therapy. Rigging, actually, if I had to sum it up, it's therapy.
Well, good. I'm glad you put the therapy down long enough to shoot the shit with me then.
Yeah. No, I did. From now, like, actually, after I finish with you, I have to patch a canopy. I have to reharness a rig. And we had somebody that had a not very good landing on a taxiway. And he's going to spend a lot of money rebuilding his Vector.
Ow. All right. Well, you got a little work to do.
Yeah.
Patch the canopy with pink just for me.
Trust me, I would love to, but not on this one. I can't.
All right, fair enough. Well, patch a canopy with pink for me.
I will do one. I just actually did one on pink. Hold on a second. Look at that. I think I sent a photo to the guy. Hold on. No, seriously, dude. I just did. Hold on. Did I take a photo of it?
It's not going to be as good as my. There
that
you
is
go.
the canopy.
Yep.
It's pink.
Yeah, but it's a pink canopy. No, you got to take one of these butch black and blue canopies and put a big pink patch on it just for me.
I'll do that for you.
All right.
I'll talk to that guy because he has a school, and I'll say, hey, dude, I need to do this for a friend.
Perfect. All right, brother. Take care. Don't work too hard.
Thank you so much. Love you, brother. Be safe. And everybody stay safe out there. It's a crazy world. And also, I'm out there.
Well, there you have it. Another episode of the Lunatic Fringe podcast brought to you as always by, well, wait, not as always, actually. Brought to you now by Gyro. Formerly known as NZ Aerosports, you'll head to gyro.com for their next level line of canopies. By Pussfoot, the Extreme Sports Collective. Head over to pussfoot.com to check it out. By Summit Parachute Systems, check out summitparachutesystems.com to talk to Jarrett Martin and the gang about kick-ass pilot rigs, rigging courses, and more. By Flyaway Indoor Skydiving, go to flyawaytn.com and check out all the cutting-edge stuff to come. By Pure Spectrum CBD, head to purespectrumcbd.com to check out their wide range of CBD products. And as for us, head to the lunaticfringepodcast.com to listen to any of the hundreds of episodes currently available, hit the link for our YouTube channel, pick up your copy of the Lunatic Fringe book or The Accidental Stripper, and get a sneak peek at upcoming guests. Once again, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.